Hey everyone, it's Money on the Go team. Let's talk about something that's been on everyone's minds lately: recessions. The truth is, recessions are a normal part of the economic cycle. Just like anything else, economies go through ups and downs. What's important is understanding what a recession is, how it might impact us, and most importantly, how to navigate through it. Let's go. Okay, let's start with the basics. What exactly a recession? It's a significant decline in economic activity that lasts for more than a few months. Think of it like this. Imagine the economy as a big, bustling party. A recession is like when the music stops, the lights dim, and everyone starts heading for the door. Economists use a few key indicators to determine if we're officially in a recession. One of the most important is GDP, or gross domestic product. When GDP goes down for 2 consecutive quarters, that's a big red flag. Let's move on to the first indicator, GDP. Remember GDP, the measure of how much our economy is producing? It's like the economy's report card. A good GDP number means businesses are booming, people are spending, and things are looking up. But when GDP shrinks for 2 consecutive quarters, it's like getting a needs improvement on that report card. When GDP is down, businesses might start tightening their belts, leading to hiring freezes or even layoffs. Consumers might also cut back on spending, impacting industries like retail and entertainment. So keeping an eye on GDP is like checking the economic weather forecast. Another crucial indicator of a recession is the unemployment rate. This one's pretty self-explanatory. It measures how many people are actively looking for work but can't find a job. When the economy is strong, businesses are hiring, unemployment is low, and everyone's feeling good. But during a recession, when businesses are struggling, they might start laying off employees. This leads to a rise in unemployment, which can have a ripple effect throughout the economy. Some sectors, like healthcare and education, tend to be more resilient during economic downturns. Last but not least, we have consumer spending, which is like the heartbeat of the economy. This indicator tracks how much money people are shelling out on goods and services, from groceries and gas to vacations and entertainment. When consumer confidence is high, people spend more freely, which fuels economic growth. But during a recession, when people are worried about their jobs and finances, they tend to tighten their purse strings. This decline in consumer spending can have a domino effect on businesses. So, keeping an eye on consumer spending is like checking the pulse of the economy. Okay, so we've talked about the main indicators of a recession. But what does it actually look like when these economic tremors hit? Well, imagine it like a domino effect. One thing leads to another, and pretty soon the whole economy feels the shakeup. When businesses feel the pinch, they might start cutting back on investments, delaying expansions, and even laying off employees. Now, those laid-off workers have less money to spend, which further impacts other businesses. It's a ripple effect that can touch nearly every corner of the economy. But remember, just like everything else, recessions are temporary. Now, while we often talk about recessions in terms of numbers, GDP, unemployment rates, consumer spending, it's important to remember that behind those numbers are real people whose lives are directly affected. Recessions can have a very real human cost, impacting not just our wallets but also our well-being and sense of security. Imagine losing your job after years of hard work. This financial strain can lead to stress, relationship problems, and even health issues. Recessions can also impact our mental and emotional well-being. Remember, tough times don't last, but tough people do. Now let's zoom in on a specific sector that often experiences its own unique set of challenges during a recession: the ever-evolving world of IT. The tech industry is known for its rapid innovation, constant change, and boom or bust cycles. During economic downturns, businesses often tighten their belts and prioritize essential spending. This can lead to hiring freezes, project delays, and even layoffs in the tech sector. However, it's not all doom and gloom in the tech world. Tech plays a crucial role in helping businesses adapt and innovate during challenging times. Now, while the tech sector often grabs the headlines, it's important to remember that recessions impact different industries in different ways. Some sectors are like that reliable friend who always has your back, while others might need a little extra support during tough times. Let's start with the industries that often feel the pinch most acutely. These are typically sectors that rely heavily on discretionary spending, the things we buy when we're feeling flush, but might cut back on when money is tight. This means that industries like travel and tourism, hospitality, retail, and even real estate can experience significant slowdowns during a recession. Businesses in these sectors might see a drop in demand, leading to reduced hours for employees, hiring freezes, and even layoffs. Okay, I know we've covered a lot of ground about the challenges of a recession. But before you start building that economic bunker in your backyard, let's talk about the silver linings. Because believe it or not, recessions can also create unexpected opportunities for growth, innovation, and even a little career spring cleaning. When times are good and the economy is humming along, we might get comfortable in our routines. But when a recession hits, it can shake things up and force us to reevaluate our priorities. And because recessions often lead to increased efficiency and cost consciousness, those who are adaptable, resourceful, and willing to learn new skills can thrive. And when it does, those who've used the downturn as an opportunity to learn, grow, and innovate will be in a prime position to reap the rewards. All right, everyone, grab your imaginary crystal balls because it's time to channel our inner economists and talk about the economic forecast for 2024. Now, I'm no Warren Buffett, but even I know that predicting the future of the economy is about as easy as finding a decent bagel in this town. But seriously, trying to predict exactly what's going to happen in the economy is like trying to predict the ending of a romantic comedy after only watching the first 10 minutes. There are so many factors at play, from global events and government policies to consumer confidence and even the weather, that it's impossible to say for sure what the future holds. However, just like we rely on movie trailers to give us a sneak peek, economists use data, trends, and expert analysis to make educated guesses about where the economy might be headed. So buckle up, buttercups, because we're about to dive into the exciting world of economic forecasting, where the only thing we know for sure is that nothing is for sure. So, here's the million-dollar question on everyone's mind. Is a recession on the horizon for 2024, or are we in for a smoother ride? Well, the answer, my friends, is a resounding it's complicated. You see, the economy is a bit like a long-distance relationship. It can be full of ups and downs, mixed signals, and moments where you're just not sure what to think. On the one hand, we've got some indicators flashing warning signs. Inflation, while cooling down, is still higher than we'd like it to be, and interest rates have been on a steady climb, making it more expensive for businesses to borrow money and for consumers to take out loans. But on the other hand, there are also signs of resilience in the economy. So, what does this all mean? Well, it means that economists are divided on whether a recession is imminent or whether we'll experience a soft landing. What's in the cards for workers? Navigating the job market maze. Economic uncertainty affects us all. Navigating the job market can be daunting. Some industries will be hit harder than others. Healthcare, education, and government are more resilient. People still need essential services. In-demand skills and roles remain. Be proactive, adaptable, and willing to work. Let's shift gears and talk about what this economic roller coaster ride means for businesses. Steering a business through uncertain times requires careful planning and a steady hand on the wheel. Businesses often find themselves caught between a rock and a hard place. They need to be mindful of their bottom line, which might mean cutting costs, but they also need to think about the long game. Cutting back too much could harm their ability to bounce back. The secret is balancing prudence and agility, adaptability and resilience. All right, let's get real for a minute. When we hear the word recession-proof, our minds often jump straight to money. And while having a solid financial plan is crucial, don't worry, we'll get to that. True recession-proofing goes beyond just dollars and cents. It's about creating a life that's resilient, adaptable, and ready to weather any storm. Think of it like this. If your life were a house, you wouldn't just focus on reinforcing the front door. You'd also want to make sure the roof doesn't leak, the foundation is strong, and you've got a good support system in case things get shaky. So, how do we build this metaphorical recession-proof house? It starts with taking a holistic approach to our well-being, focusing on our physical health, mental resilience, and social connections, along with our finances. Because here's the thing, when we're feeling our best, physically, mentally, and emotionally, we're better equipped to handle stress, navigate challenges, and bounce back from setbacks. And that, my friends, is the ultimate recession-proofing strategy. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, money. Financial stress can throw even the most centered person off balance. A solid financial plan is like a trusty umbrella on a rainy day. Trust me, it doesn't have to be a drag. Track your spending for a month. And here's a pro tip: automate your savings. Section 5.3. Skill up, Buttercup, becoming the MacGyver of your industry. Now let's talk about how to make ourselves indispensable in the workplace, recession or no recession. Remember MacGyver, that resourceful dude who could defuse a bomb with a paperclip and a stick of gum? That's the energy we're going for here. In today's rapidly changing job market, being a jack of all trades is no longer enough. We need to be masters of our craft, constantly learning, adapting, and adding new tools to our professional toolboxes. Think about the skills that are in high demand in your industry. Are there any certifications or courses you can take to boost your credentials? Can you learn a new software program or coding language that would make you even more valuable to your employer? And it's not just about technical skills. Soft skills like communication, problem solving, and teamwork are always in high demand, no matter what the economy is doing. So brush up on your presentation skills, practice your active listening, and become the go-to person for collaboration and conflict resolution. Section 5.4, Career Convertibles, exploring different lanes on your professional highway. Okay, let's talk about those what-if scenarios. What if your industry is going through a major upheaval, or you're just plain bored with your current career path? Well, that's where the beauty of career convertibles comes in. Think of your career as a long and winding road trip. You might start out with a specific destination in mind, but along the way, you might discover hidden gems, scenic detours, and maybe even a whole new route that you never knew existed. Exploring different career paths doesn't have to mean a complete 180-degree turn. It could be as simple as taking on new responsibilities within your current role, volunteering for projects outside your comfort zone, or even starting a side hustle that allows you to explore your passions. The key is to be open to new possibilities, network with people in different industries, and view your career as an ongoing journey of learning and growth. Because who knows, that unexpected detour might just lead you to your dream job. Section 6.1. Weathering the storm, diving into recession-proof jobs. All right, let's talk about those magical jobs that seem to defy economic gravity, the recession-proof wonders that keep humming along even when the rest of the job market feels like a roller coaster ride. Now, before we get too excited, it's important to remember that no job is completely immune to economic forces. Even the most stable industries can experience shifts, and there's always a chance of things changing, just like that unexpected plot twist in our favorite TV show. But just like some TV shows have dedicated fan bases that keep them on the air for seasons on end, certain jobs are always in demand, regardless of what's happening in the broader economy. These are typically jobs that provide essential services, meet basic human needs, or are crucial for the functioning of society. So, if you're looking for a career path that offers a little extra stability during uncertain times, these recession-proof heroes might just be your new best friends. Section 6.2, Healthcare Heroes, Always in Demand, Recession or Shine. Let's start with a no-brainer: healthcare. No matter what the economy is doing, people still get sick, babies are still born, and we all need someone to put us back together again when we fall off the treadmill. Don't judge, it happens. From doctors and nurses to pharmacists and therapists, the healthcare industry offers a wide range of roles that are always in high demand. And with an aging population and a growing focus on preventative care, the need for skilled healthcare professionals is only going to increase in the coming years. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Mindy, becoming a brain surgeon seems a bit extreme just to recession-proof my life. And you're right, not everyone is cut out for a career in medicine, myself included. Needles and I have a very complicated relationship. But here's the thing, the healthcare industry is vast. There are so many other essential roles that don't require a medical degree, like medical assistants, home health aides, and even administrative staff, who keep those hospitals and clinics running smoothly. Section 6.3, Education Essentials, Shaping Minds, Securing Futures. Another industry that weathers economic storms remarkably well is education. Because no matter what's happening in the world, parents still want the best for their kids, and education is the key that unlocks a brighter future. From early childhood educators who nurture young minds to university professors who challenge the next generation of thinkers, the education sector offers a diverse range of fulfilling and, yes, relatively recession-proof career paths. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mindy, being a teacher is a calling, not just a job. And you're absolutely right. It takes a special kind of person to inspire young minds and shape the future, and it's definitely not a career for the faint of heart. But here's the thing. The education landscape is vast. Beyond traditional classroom settings, there are opportunities in educational technology, curriculum development, special education, and even administrative roles that support the smooth running of schools and universities. Section 6.4, the essential 8 meeting needs, keeping society running. Now let's talk about those essential industries that might not always get the spotlight but keep society functioning, recession or shine. Think of them as the behind-the-scenes crew of our daily lives. We might not always see them, but we definitely notice when they're not there. First up, we've got the lifeline of our modern world. Utilities, electricity, gas, water, these are the things we literally can't live without. And the people who keep these essential services running are worth their weight in gold, recession or no recession. Then there's transportation, the buses, trains, planes, and delivery trucks that keep people and goods moving. Even when the economy slows down, people still need to get around, and essential goods still need to reach their destinations. And let's not forget about food service. From the farmers who grow our food to the grocery store workers who stock the shelves to the delivery drivers who bring takeout to our doorsteps. These essential workers keep us fed and fueled, no matter what's happening in the world. Section 7.1. The recessions, reality check pros and cons in the grand scheme of things. Recessions have both pros and cons. They can lead to job losses and financial stress, but they also force businesses to become more efficient and innovative. For individuals, it's a time for personal growth and skill development. Even in tough times, there's always a chance for a happy ending. Section 7.2. The final word, knowledge is power. Embrace it. And there you have it, my friends. We've journeyed through the ins and outs of recessions, from their telltale signs and ripple effects to strategies for not just surviving, but thriving during economic ups and downs. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding how recessions work is the first step towards feeling more in control, no matter what the economic forecast might hold. Whether you're focused on shoring up your finances, leveling up your skills, or exploring new career horizons, remember that you've got this. So go forth, my recession-savvy warriors, and embrace the future with confidence, resilience, and maybe even a little sprinkle of that signature Mindy Kaling humor. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, even in the midst of economic uncertainty, there's always a reason to smile. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and most importantly, stay fabulous.